They're in the gate.
Not ready yet. We're not ready yet, I'll tell you what. Not ready yet. Get tied on.
And they're off. Wake at Noon breaks on top. Burning Roma gets off to a good start. Crafty CT is there. So too Left Bank in a firm success who's down toward the inside. Crafty CT is emerging with a narrow lead. Left Bank, though, is right there with him. Wake at Noon on the outside third. And then it's a firm success who's between horses fourth. And the Wildcat right up there and holds his spot at the Bailey's fifth. Swept overboard and behind the leaders is sixth. He's only about 3 lengths from the lead. Burning Roma broke well, but he's now been taken back to run in seventh, followed by Voodoo and Aldebaran. It's a long way back, a huge margin to Gray Memo, who's lost contact with the field. The opening quarter was contested in 22-2, and a crush of horses entering the far turn together here. A firm success has come away with a narrow lead. Left Bank is right with him. A dazzling half of 44 3/5 seconds. It's a firm success dueling on the far turn with Left Bank. Crafty CT just to their outside. Swept overboard, comes on through, swept overboard, comes through on the inside. Then it's a break of 3 lengths back to Aldebaran as the field turns for home. Swept overboard is swept to the lead with a dramatic move, and he pulls away at the top of the stretch by 4. They ran 3/4 in 1:08 3. Aldebaran coming with a late charge on the inside. Crafty CT is third. A firm success is fading in fourth, and they're coming down to the finish. And it is Swept Overboard, the upset winner in the Met Mile. And he was sparkling today. Swept Overboard wins by 5 emphatic lengths over Aldebaran. Crafty CT checked in third. A firm success was a well-beaten fourth. The final time for this year's Met Mile was 1:33.1.
And they are on the track. We'll take a look at the field. It is a full field of 14 for the mile, and we lead off with Forbidden Apple. He's a veteran 7-year-old making his third Breeders' Cup start. He was narrowly beaten in last year's mile, and he's always right there. And there's none prettier than this big fella. Next in line is Beat Hollow, the winner of the Arlington Million right here this summer. And many have written him off after his loss to Landseer last time out, but Bobby Franklin and Jerry Bailey say they let him go to the lead too soon, and that won't happen today. Next in line is Medicis. The Chanel manufacturers Alain and Gerard Wertheimer, the third generation of a great racing family. Their Cotechan won the Breeders' Cup Turf and Horse of the Year in '93. He's a Group 3 winner in France for his trainer, Cricket Head, who also won the Arc de Triomphe. And here's Good Journey. No horse on the grounds has looked sharper or trained better than the Addo Mile winner, Good Journey, and he'll need it all to beat the Rock of Gibraltar today. Another foreign invader from France is Dome Driver. He's owned by another great racing dynasty, the Niarchos family, whose great filly Miesque won the mile in both '87 and '88. And Dome Driver's very consistent, won a Group 2 last time out. Green Fee is a long shot. He's next in line. He came from absolutely last to nab Forbidden Apple in the Kelso race, in which he was a last-minute entry, but he'll need clear sailing in this bulky field. He's owned by Roberta and Luana Lowe of Springfield, Missouri. Another from the Frankel factory is Aldebaran, also owned by the Niarchos family, and he's a younger half-brother to Good Journey. He switches back to the turf today after 5 consecutive fast-closing finishes on the dirt. And here are those red, white, and blue silks of the Paulson Living Trust one more time. This time it's trained by Bill Mott. All 5 of Del Mar Show's, all 5 of Bill Mott's Breeders' Cup victories were for the late Alan Paulson. The very first was Theatrical, who is the sire of Del Mar Show. Boston Common is emblematic of the philosophy that earned Richard Englander the Outstanding Owner Eclipse Award last year. He claimed this colt first time out as a 2-year-old for $50,000. Now he's a multiple stakes winner. And next is Rock of Gibraltar. There he is, looking a picture with quite an entourage there, men on both sides of his head. He has not lost a race since the New York Yankees were world champions. He reeled off an unprecedented 7 straight Grade 1 wins. Next in line is a colt named Touch of the Blues, and he's had a touch of the blues. He's been bedeviled all year with traffic problems. He needs to overcome racing luck today. He's got a similar running style as Neil Drysdale's mile winner, War Champs. Same trainer. The only filly in the mile is the cleverly named Dress to Thrill, something I guess Buffy the Centerfold was not. And she has won group races in both England and Ireland. Dermot well trains this filly for Walter Hefner's Moyglare stud. They are bastions of Irish racing. Next in line is Landseer. This is also from the Aidan O'Brien stable. His victory in the Shadwell Mile over Beat Hollow is a sneak preview of the strength of the European contingent. He'd been overshadowed by the Rock, but Aidan O'Brien says you wouldn't be surprised if he pulls an upset. And last but not least, from that dastardly outside post is Nuclear Debate. The 7-year-old warrior was champion sprinter in Italy and England before being imported last year by William and Donna Herrick of Rancho Santa Fe, California. Trainer Daryl Vienna says he handles all kinds of going. That's the field.
As we wait for the Breeders' Cup Mile, moving into post position number 13 is Landseer, with Edgar Prado aboard. Going into the middle portion of the starting gate, post position number 7, there is Aldebaran. And the final horse to move in way on that outside post, number 14, Nuka. Ready for the start here. And they're off. Beat Hollow and Forbidden Apple, they break well together. And from the middle of the pack, there goes Boston Common, who's the quickest of them all as they hit that first turn. Boston Common outruns them into the turn. Forbidden Apple right there, running along in second. And Good Journey has come out well. He's right up there and on the pace, running in third. Del Mar Show is racing fourth. Landseer, 3 wide from 5th position. Beat Hollow shuffled back into 6th. Nuclear Debate far outside, 7th. Touch of the Blues right there in mid-pack, surrounded by horses, and he's now 8th. And then it's Dome Driver, who rides the rails in 9th position, followed by Medicis, who's now 10th. The Irish filly, Dress the Thrill, is racing 11th. And then it's Green Fee, followed by Aldebaran. Rock of Gibraltar is last. Rock of Gibraltar is dead last as they continue down the backstretch run. The first quarter in 23 and 4/5 seconds. A soft half here over the soft going, 48 and 3. Moving for the far turn. Boston coming under attack now by Good Journeys. They move into the far turn. Del Mar Show is on the move. Now third on the outside. Landseer is only 2 lengths from the lead, and he's in clear striking position. Beat Hollow. Forbidden Apple is buried down toward the inside. In the meantime, Rock of Gibraltar is languishing in 13th position as the field turns for home. A wild finisher, Landseer. Landseer almost goes down and took out Nuclear Debate. They're coming into the final furlong. Good Journey, Del Mar Show. Forbidden Apple is right there. Dome Driver slicing his way through between horses. And here comes the Rock. And the Rock is rolling late. They're coming down to the finish. Dome Driver. Yes, Dome Driver. Dome Driver doing it for France. Rock of Gibraltar too far behind to do any good in the late going. So it was Dome Driver the winner. Rock of Gibraltar charging hard at the end, but came up second best. Good Journey, who did have a good journey, wound up third. Well, there's the French representative here, Dome Driver, with Terry Thlee aboard the winner. Landseer went down at the top of the stretch. That is jockey Edgar Prado, sprawled about on the turf course here. It did cause some trouble for Good Journey, or rather for Nuclear Debate and a couple others as they made the turn into the stretch. But unfortunately, Landseer, and he appears to be in some distress here as he is being attended to by several of the authorities here. But under the wire first, there is Dome Driver with French jockey Terry Thurley. Landseer, his jockey there, Edgar Prado, down on the ground. Now as they turn from stripe taps, it looked like he went bad behind here, and that horse to his outside was Nuclear Debate, and I believe that was Touch of the Blues, who was just in behind. But it was no effect to the horse that won the race, who had an absolutely flawless journey there in Dome Driver. Again, the attendance to Edgar Prado, you always like to see jockeys being able to have mobility after a race, because so many of their injuries can be paralyzing, in fact. But he's clear of mind, it appears. He's up and moving about, and that's always a good sign as the medical technicians take care of him. Donna Brothers is out on course, and Donna.
I'm here with Terry. Seems to have lost all chance, but here's the winner, Dome Driver, the 3rd biggest upset in mile history. Last Tycoon at 35-1, opening verse at 26-1 are the only ones who paid more than Dome Driver at $54. Rock of Gibraltar did get up to be 2nd. good journey.
Back in a field of 14 on the American track. So let's go and take a look at the start right now. Here he is. He does the right thing at the start. He's right at the back here, Rocket Gibraltar. This is him in the red colors at the back. That's no big deal. He's drawn 10. He purposely came out a little slowly, the rider, because he wanted to duck over onto the rail. Again, he did not want to go wide. We have to emphasize that going wide in Europe is a crime, whereas in American riders, because of the difference in the configuration of the track, they don't mind going wide. It's a matter of getting first run. Now we'll go to the top of the stretch here, and you can see now he's unwinding, but he's dead last there. Now look at him take off. He absolutely passes a horse with each and every stride, but of course the winner, Dome Driver, has got first run on him. He's going to come into your picture just now, and look at Rocket Gibraltar going by grade 1 horses like they're standing still. There's Forbidden Apple. That's a good racehorse, and he's just eating him up here. But as we said, Dome Driver had first run. Given
Vacation. They're in the gate. They're off. Proud Citizen and Najran break together. Congaree was off in good order, away third. On the far outside, Justification out fourth, followed by Wake at Noon, who moves up a spot now into fourth position. Justification fifth on the outside. And then it's Peeping Tom, Aldebaran at the back of the pack, and the last of them all is Sarland. Up the backstretch, track record holder Najran leads the field up the backstretch run. Wake at Noon pressing him from the inside, Congaree from the outside. The quarter in 22 1/5 seconds. Proud Citizen under a ride already is now back running in fourth. Peeping Tom fifth toward the inside. Justification is sixth with 5 furlongs to go. A break of 5. Aldebaran's got a lot to do. He's better than a dozen lengths behind the leaders. The trailer is still Sarland. The quarter went in 22 1/5 seconds. Around the far turn, the half in 44 2. On the outside, Congaree, Najran holding that lead narrowly. Najran full throttle to hold off Congaree. Proud Citizen, Peeping Tom's in with a good chance. Just in behind the lead, Aldebaran is making his move. Aldebaran with a sweeping move. He'll be forced wide as the field turns for home. In the Met Mile, Congaree comes off the turn with the lead. On the outside, Aldebaran is coming. Here comes Aldebaran. Aldebaran and Congaree. Aldebaran's in front. Sarland, last down the backstretch, appears on the scene late. Peeping Tom is there. It is Aldebaran trying to hold off the oncoming Sarland. Aldebaran and Sarland, they appeared to brush a 50 yards from the wire. Aldebaran under the line first. Sarland was right there with them at the end, followed by Peeping Tom third. Photo finish, hold all tickets.
Line. Off and running in the Stephen Foster. Colonial Colony, Crafty Shaw on the outside. There goes Proud Citizen. Mineshaft broke perfectly on the far outside. And Aldebaran passing the stands. Proud Citizen takes the lead in that consistent season. Second, Perfect Drift is racing third. Crafty Shaw is racing along in fourth. Aldebaran cuts the corner in fifth. Mineshaft to his outside. They're right together early. Get back to Colonial Colony, followed by Unbridled Vision. A gap of 2 more back to Full Mandate. And Wood Moon at the back of the pack. He's 10 or more off the lead. Onto the backside they wheel. Crafty Shaw and Calvin Burrell, the neck in front consistency. Keeps the pressure up to the outside. The quarter moderate, 23 2/5 seconds. And Proud Citizen tracking a clear-cut third. Perfect Drift up the inside. The favorite Mineshaft in a perfect striking spot. He's 4.5 lengths off the pace in mid-pack now. Aldebaran is next to his inside. Comes Colonial Colony. Unbridled Vision nudged along early. Then it's Full Mandate and 2 by the back to Wood Moon at the back. Half in 46 4 passing the half-mile pole. Crafty Shaw neck in front. Mineshaft makes his move and he's up to take the lead around the turn. Consistency. Proud Citizen shuffle back fourth now. By that comes Perfect Drift. Aldebaran starts his rally. He's got 6 to make up at this point. Then Colonial Colony, a gap of 3 back to Unbridled Vision as they round a turn to the top of the lane. Mineshaft, Robbie Alvarado looking to throw the knockout punch. He's opened up by 2, turning for home. Perfect Grip is charged up into a contending spot in second. Crafty Shaw racing third. Whips out now on Proud Citizen. Down inside the final four. Mineshaft shaken up by Robbie Alvarado. A stern test here from Perfect Grip on the outside. Perfect Grip poking his nose in front. Mineshaft tries to kick back. Perfect Grip in front. Mineshaft comes back on. Perfect Grip and Mineshaft. Perfect Grip the nose. And the Stephen Foster beating out Mineshaft in a stiff drive. And Aldebaran was third in 1:47.2. Back down to Gary.
All right, Luke, great boss. Thank you so much.
They're in the gate. And they're off. And Voodoo breaks on top. Northern Rock comes on through. Najran down toward the inside. Stick City broke well, but he's now back running in 4th. And then it's Vodka Peeping Time, and 5 lengths back to Aldebaran. Moving up the back stretch, and the leader is Voodoo. And Voodoo steps out to lead by 2. Northern Rock 2nd. Najran is behind in 3rd. State City is 4th. And then it's 2 lengths back to Peeping Tom, who's together with Vodka. Another 6 lengths back to the latent power there of Aldebaran, who is already 14 lengths from the lead. And the leader's Voodoo, who zipped through a quarter there in 22.2, and he opens up 4 lengths on the field. Northern Rock is asked for more to keep closer in 2nd. On the outside, State City begins to roll up now, just outside of Najran. Peeping Tom, now about 8 or 9 lengths from the lead. Aldebaran's got a lot to do. He's 10 lengths behind, but he's got a lot of punch, and threads his way through as they come to the top of the stretch, and it's still Voodoo by 4. A 44.4 half mile. They're chasing Voodoo into the stretch. He's got a 4.5 length lead. State City, Northern Rock, Aldebaran into the breach and slices through between horses. Aldebaran comes charging through on the inside. On the outside, it's Peeping Tom. They're coming down to the finish. It is Aldebaran in front. Voodoo gasping, nothing left for him. Peeping Tom, final try, coming to the finish, and it is Aldebaran, 2nd to none. Winning by 2. Peeping Tom was 2nd. State City was 3rd. And they're off. Singing Back Home breaks on top. Najran flashing that speed of his today right from the beginning. And it's Najran to be the early leader. Najran in front. Singing Back Home backs off a bit to run in 2nd. On the outside, Mike's Classic pulls his way up in a 3rd. Guide Your Star is away 4th. My Cousin Matt 5th. Proud Citizen 6th, and in the clear, 7 lengths back to stretch running Aldebaran. Aldebaran's about 15 lengths from the leader, Najran. Najran, a quarter in 22 seconds flat, blazing the way into the far turn. Chased by Mike's Classic. Singing Back Home is 3rd. My Cousin Matt has gone wide on the far turn. Down on the inside, Guide Your Star is running along in 4th. Then Proud Citizen, followed by My Cousin Matt. Aldebaran now beginning to hit that powerful stride of his. The half there by Najran was 44 1/5 seconds. He leads by a neck as they come to the top of the stretch. Mike's Classic has taken a run on him. Sing Me Back Home. Guide Your Star will be floated wide. Aldebaran continues to close, and he's now 2nd with Najran to catch as they come down to the final furlong. Najran bracing for the challenge that comes from Aldebaran. Aldebaran sweeps past Najran. And then farther back, it's Guide Your Star 3rd. They're coming down to the finish. And Aldebaran looked terrific today, winning by 5 lengths in this Grade 1 and 1:21.1. Najran was a soundly defeated 2nd. Guide Your Star was 3rd. In the gate. And they're off. And Cajun Beat breaking alertly for the lead. Captain Squire right there on the outside. Ethan Mann is there. Great Notion under a hustling ride early. Midas Eyes up and close to the pace. Down toward the inside, Zavada is right there. Valid Video and Shake You Down, and it's a scramble for the lead among them. And Great Notion had to check out of there. Lose the standard down toward the inside. Then farther back, it's Posse. Private Horde 7 lengths back to the latent power of Aldebaran. He's 15 lengths from the lead, but he's got a sizzling pace to run at. 21 seconds flat for the opening quarter. Fast and furious here in the sprint, and Shake You Down comes away with the lead. Cajun Beat right there. Now he pokes his head in front. Zavada toiling, trying to stay with those two. Yankee Gentleman looms the thread right there on the outside. Midas Eyes is now fifth toward the rail. Captain Squire under a driving sit. Aldebaran still about 10 lengths for the lead, trying to weave his way through the field. Coming into the final furlong, and Cajun Beat emerges with the lead. Shake You Down is there, and here comes Blows the Standard up the fence. Yankee Gentleman, Aldebaran toward the inside, and Posse. They are all chasing Cajun Beat, who got him beat 1 by 2. Blows the Standard finishes second. Shake You Down and Posse. And Cajun Beat, look at this time here, 1:07 and 4. Sensational time here in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, and Cajun Beat, the winner here at a big price this afternoon.